TD Insurance Auto Centers, claims advisors, repairs, and rentals, all in one shop.
Madam President.
Senator from Texas.
Madam President, I rise.
Hello.
Rise and shine, sunshine. What's going on?
Not much. How you doing?
Doing awesome.
Yeah, you had a good night, eh?
It was beautiful. It was a
Met some good
wonderful.
people.
Yeah. Really cool vibe. Lots of interesting conversation, and very very meaningful discussions. That I feel very confident people learned a lot and were able to benefit.
Hey, Ellie.
Morning, Ellie. How are you?
What I need to do is post the links. There's that one.
It's kind of nice to a bit refreshing too to be on another fence for a change.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much.
what I was saying. Like some new years, right?
Yeah, new vibes, kind of new blood type of stuff. That was great.
The same as like maybe you can get on another channel, even bigger channel, and get your word out there even more.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure that's going to happen.
Get like a James Freeman or something like that. Like,
oh yeah. Well, actually, I'm looking to, once I really get going, having kind of a trade-off. I'm going to be giving activists a platform. I'll do an interview with them for an hour and promote them, so to speak. And it'll go both ways, But that'll be one of the things that I'm about with the panel for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because that also showcases, the resources that I create and whatnot for them to improve and their activism, right? Once it's all in place, the app and everything, show them how it works, talk about it with them, and get them involved in that, and get everybody on the same page. Could you imagine, the 1A community understanding that and using an app,
Yeah,
that's what I see possible, right?
Supposedly someone tried it before.
Did they?
And what they did was they bought a bunch of phones and they put a program on the phone or something. Then they handed those phones out to auditors. I don't know. I don't know how that went.
I don't see that's not a logistical solution.
No. Agreed.
I'm gonna create an app that ends up going on like Google Play Store or something.
Yeah.
That's right. Just the same way everybody's doing it, but I'm gonna set it up so that there's no center thing that runs it. It's run on everybody's phone as a network together. That way, there's no center hub to shut it down.
Nice. How you doing, Slash Shy? I think I put the link up there, guys. We got Carl Stevens in the house. What's up, Carl?
Morning, Carl. Morning, Sly.
Epic's here. What's up, Epic? Epic's gone.
You guys.
He was scared. Is there no way you can save that password, like instead of like you had to log out of it? Is there any way that?
No, because it only it won't happen again. I just have to figure out my other browser what's wrong with it. I had to log out so that I can use the same browser for you people's panel, but that won't happen after I fix it. So, and no, the answer is no, because the password you get from the email expires in 15 minutes.
Right.
But that's okay. I'll just fix that. I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is. It's just a color thing. I couldn't see where to insert the numbers and whatnot.
I told Epic if you hear this, Epic, then that's what Guru needs. He needs the password again. Just makes it easier. Might as well have us both.
It's okay. I think it's probably too late for this one. We got to do that at the beginning, right?
And here's Chad.
Morning, Chad.
Morning.
What's
You
going on?
you late night owl, you?
Yeah, I'm on my third day now.
Let me see your pretty eyes, girl. All right, cool.
I was gonna ask you, want to see my pretty eyes, Scott? What's going on with you?
What's up, Slash Eye?
Hey, the Chad. What's going on?
Nice. Good. How
Haven't
are
seen you in a minute.
Well, I've become the panel slut now, y'all, right? Am I the panel slut now? Yeah. I've become
Yeah,
the
you're-
panel slut. Guess what,
you're
y'all? I
the
just
page.
left Billy.
Yeah, I was watching.
You was watching? Yeah. I think all I gotta do is just keep connecting with Billy. Billy's gonna be all right.
You think so? You think he'll come around? Like,
Yeah. Trust me, Billy's gonna come around after everybody left the panel. He let me talk to him. Billy needs to listen to a voice of reasoning. He can't have everybody shouting at him, and all of that kind of stuff. He needs to hear a voice of reason, and I'm
right.
that voice for him.
He needs a
With-
different
without
addiction,
distraction,
like
too,
walking
like-
or something.
Exactly.
A healthy addiction.
Yeah, but he has to first learn how to get it. He doesn't know how to get it.
He also has to still first want to. Nothing will happen before that, you know.
That's
Gotta
what I
come to
told him.
terms with that.
Yeah, he's on his way. He this last little bit we just did. I believe he because he's worried about his liver.
Right,
His
of
liver
course.
is his liver is really messed up, and he's worried about his liver, and he doesn't want to die. You know what I mean? So, all it takes is for prayer, just to reach out to him. His video was funny, and I told him that was funny. He put it out there for us. He said he didn't mean to, and I said that's what the disease do to you. It had you doing some dumbass shit.
Right.
Hey, Ashcan, how you doing?
Nikki,
Morning,
yes,
Ashcan.
The video didn't even phase him, for fuck's sake. It's like,
No.
yeah,
no, but
big
he
deal.
knows. But Nikki, reason will not reach an alcoholic. That's not true. I got reached, and I was a drug addict, so that's not true. I've seen recovering alcoholics, so you can reason with an alcoholic. You can reason with them. They just gotta want to reason with themselves.
That's what I was
I'll
just
be
gonna
back.
say. They have to be willing to reason with themselves and come to conclusions with their problem before you can reason with them.
Slow. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Apparently, I can do the pin thing with Epic even while it's on. So we're gonna do that, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, Nikki, but he has to want to stop drinking on his own. He has to surrender
Yep.
to the disease. But if you got somebody that can talk to him and help him realize, you know what I mean, or help him get off the pity pot and maybe want to do something for himself, then be that reasoning person. I mean, it's nothing wrong with talking to somebody, trying to help somebody.
You can be Nikki. I'm going to chime in on this as well, because my younger brother is a recovering alcoholic, and believe me, we tried to reason with him many times over the past 10 years, and he's been 4 years sober now. But I mean, like I said, he had to want to be there in that state to get clean.
Yes.
Himself.
Yes.
And he's, like I said, 4 years sober now. So, well, going into his 4th year of being sober. So, it's been a long, hard road for him. And there's been times he's wanted to slip back.
That's the devil. That's all it is. The devil wants to see him fail. All he got to do is continue doing what he's been doing. Is that them 4 years he got a day at a time. Tell him let him know that God is not going to fail him. People will fail him, but God ain't going to let him go.
Epic, can you pin the link, please?
Well, I mean, one of the things, benefits for him is he landed himself a really good job, and better than what he was. He'd worked many years as a bartender, and he wasn't going to go back because temptation would be there. So he landed himself a good job as a postal carrier, and he loves it. He's out every day. He's in good shape. He's able to spend his money on things that he wants to spend his money on, as opposed to a habit.
So, hi everybody. I've got a little over 3 years in the program myself. I'm a gratefully recovered alcoholic through the 12 steps of AA and finding a higher power. The thing is, reason isn't what works. What works, honestly, is fear. You said he's afraid of his liver. That will get him in the rooms. When he gets to the rooms, he will find people who will help him to a higher power of his own understanding. And
Nikki,
that's important. Not of your own
I got 30-something years. Nikki, I got 30-something years of being off of cocaine and stuff. So I've been through recovery, so I'm there with you. I understand where you're coming from.
But I just wanted to clarify what I meant. I just wanted to clarify what I meant by that reasoning won't do it. It might get him into the room, but until he goes with faith in a higher power to make changes in his life, it may not be alcohol he sticks with, but something will be there.
Yeah, but he has to get to the rooms to learn that. He doesn't have that on his own. He has to get to a meeting to know that he has that he has a higher power that's going to help him, that he has meetings that's going to help him, that he has an AA book that could help him. He has to get these.
Then rather than reasoning, why didn't you 12-step? Why didn't you pull out your book and read with him? Because that would have been more effective.
No. Okay. All right. You're 3 years. I got 30-something years. Okay. But the reason why I didn't do that is because Billy has to first admit and surrender himself. I can't make him get sober. He has to want to get sober himself. Me pulling out, I showed him my 12-step book the other day. I still have mine. I showed him it the other day. He says he has one too. He can pull out his and read it on his own. He has to want to do it on his own. My reasoning, when I say reason with him, mean talk to him and get to, tell him the things that he need to hear and not what he want to hear. That's what I do to him. I talk to him and give him tough love. And not that, oh, Billy, well, you can stop drinking. Just drink 12 beers a day. No, I want to give him tough love and tell him he don't have to drink no beer a day. But first he has to surrender.
So just for clarification, by reasoning with him, what you really meant was straight talk. That's so that I'm understanding you. When you said reasoning, what you were implying is talking straight.
I meant reasoning voice. Like I have a reasoning voice. I have a voice a calm voice that I'm not yelling at him. I'm not throwing stuff at him. I'm giving him tough love, but I have a reasoning. I have a soft tone, a voice of reason. Yeah, that's all I mean. I don't mean I'm trying to get him to admit anything. Like he has to do that on his own. When I say I have a voice of reasoning, like I can talk to him, get him to understand a little better than saying, well, you can stop drinking, just drink 14 beers and then drink 12 beers. Like I don't want to tell him stuff like that.
No, I see that. You can't encourage someone to do something that doesn't work, i.e. Moderation. If you're an alcoholic, moderation doesn't work. And
Right.
so what you're saying is you came out and said, hey, people are trying to tell you, hey, just slow down, but slowing down is not a solution for most of us who are addicts.
Exactly.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah. And when I say the voice of reasoning, because like I said, everybody's yelling at him. What you should be doing, what you da. And I'm
Right.
being that voice, helping him look at what he's doing to himself.
And when I said reasoning doesn't reach an alcoholic, I had a different meaning of that word in mind. So I wasn't negating what you were saying. I was a completely different statement. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like a good debate, like I told Slow. Yeah, like I told Slow, a good debate is nothing wrong with a good debate because we learn from each other. You know what I mean? And listen, Billy will tell you, I showed him my liquor. I showed him my bottles of liquor here, and I can drink and get drunk any given day, right? But I choose not to. Billy has that same opportunity. He can go get a case of beer, or he can choose not to.
Yeah, my partner isn't an alcoholic, and he has beer in the fridge, and it doesn't even cross my mind to have a beer. When I start to have a trouble, my thought is to call, my sponsor, someone else in AA who I talk to, a good friend. My thought is to receive real comfort rather than the false comfort of the bottle.
Exactly.
And that's what AA gives you, is the ability to have reasoning. But while you're in the disease, that reasoning is lost because we don't even remember the moment we picked up that bottle. We don't remember what we did to ourselves yesterday with that bottle.
That's how he was yesterday, but he did remember his ass was butt ass naked. He did remember that, but that's how he was yesterday. You couldn't reason with him. 2 days ago, you couldn't reason with Billy. He was talking and he didn't hear nothing. But tonight, this morning, not too long ago, he shut everything off, and he listened just for a couple of minutes to me. And once he start listening to reasoning, once he start hearing, I do need to piss or get off the pot. He needs to hear those kind of things. He needs to hear that he doesn't. Yeah, you know what I mean? He needs to hear that he don't have to feel sorry for himself, that he needs to get off the pot. He needs to hear those kind of things. He's been to meetings, so he knows that he got the support. He just got to go.
How's it going, Ashamed?
Well, for some people, those particular don't work. So what I like to tell people is go find a meeting that does work. There is about 15 different 12-step programs out there similar that work differently with different people. The problem is some people get cornered into thinking, well, AA worked for all these people and it's not working for me. I must be something wrong with me. But it may be that they should be in SMART or in Rock Christian Outreach. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I went to NA. NA wasn't for me. When I first got clean, I went to NA. NA was not for me. I went to AA and I stayed sober. I was scared in NA. If I had stayed in NA, I would have got high.
SMART's a really good recovery program too, based on CBT and DBT. So if you're not into the Christian faith thing, if you can't find that higher power, which some people can't reach it until they get some mental health help. And SMART is DBT and CBT skills, which are the mental health help they need before they can touch the higher power. Because some people are so jaded within themselves that the wall they built between themselves and the powers that exist out there is so thick they don't even know where to start taking it down.
Can I chime in on this for a minute? The first thing you got to look at is what got you there to begin with. What are you doing that's making you do that drinking? I haven't had a drink since 94, January of 94. I've been sober.
Holy shit, our whole bottom row is ex-alcohol.
And Yeah.
Not
I used
addicts,
to
we're
I
addicts.
used to do
Just recovered.
I used to do mescaline. I was a big acid head. I drink 2-3 bottles of booze a day, not counting all the beer I would drink, and I was a bad alcoholic. It took me waking up in a hospital 800 kilometers away from where I was partying with a tube in every orifice of me, strapped to a bed, before I quit drinking. And then what I did is I looked at what I was doing, and I had to get out of that environment that what I was doing, and I focused my attention on other things. This way, then I didn't have the time to go drinking because I wasn't hanging with those same people, because I focused my attention on something else. And that's what people need to do. If you can focus your attention on something good and keep moving forward with it, you won't think about drinking. I've been to 2 AA meetings in my life. I found that they weren't for me. I found something that worked for me. So if you find that an AA meeting is working for you, by all means, please, I encourage you to go out and do that. But you really need to think of where what got you into that situation, and you need to be able to remove yourself from that situation and do something different. So if you were always sitting around the house on the internet, well, instead of just sitting, if you're at the house and you can't really go out, do much, sit around the house outside and maybe do some gardening. Pick weeds out of your garden. Little things like that. You would find that it takes your mind off of doing what you're used to doing, instead of sitting in front of a computer all the time. Next thing you know, you want to drink. You're feeling good. Now you're sitting, you're going to town. You're not really accomplishing anything.
To relate that back to what many of the programs use, faith-based programs use, idle hands do the devil's work, right? Idle hands do the devil's work. So if you're not using your body, then the forces of evil come in and use it for you.
Exactly. And like I've helped open up 2 Christian addiction recovery centers here in the East Coast of Canada. And I believe maybe that's what people need. So, and
that's literally CBT too, which is a psychology term. It's oh God, now the term left. It's behavioral therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, and it's the idea that we get further in touch with our body. It's the same thing Western medicine teaches in meditation, getting back in touch with our body. When we don't take full control of every inch of our body and ownership of it and use it, it gets put to use in ways we did not plan.
Oh, exactly.
Nikki, I know Guru would love you, Nikki.
Like I'm what they call spiritually eclectic, because I believe that every single religion has it right until people want to put their own mark on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just tell the truth.
Agree with you. I agree with you.
Each religion has its own sort of twist on it. They all have the right intentions. It's when they start putting the personal stuff on it that throws it right out of the water.
Yeah, and if
I'm
you
not
just read
religious,
all,
I'm spiritual. I'm not religious,
Yeah.
I'm spiritual.
Hey, I took 2 years of ministry school. I almost became a pastor. And
Look
I
up-
walked away from it because of organized religion.
look up
Mhm.
spiritually eclectic. I think you'll find that it represents most intelligent people. Most people believe that definitely there is a power greater than me. I can't be the greatest thing out there. I'm not that great. So there has to be something better than me somewhere. But we also accept that a lot of what organized religion is for is control of the population and not for reaching any kind of spiritual enlightenment.
Yes, that's what it's turned into.
More
And-
rules, more
and that
regulations.
goes up-
That's what it is.
yeah.
More rules
And
and
that
more
goes all
regulations.
the way back to the Roman times.
Oh, even before that.
Yeah.
Like
So
Egyptians used religion to control the population centuries before the Romans even
yeah.
brick.
Fathom the idea.
The Norse too used religion to teach morals, and like if you look at the Christian stories, which come from the Roman and the Greek stories, and you look at the Norse stories, and then you look at native traditions, the things that you can pull in, and you go into the Hindi stories and the Taoist, and the things you can pull in from each of those that match up in all of them. Well, that's the word of God coming through no matter what man tries to do to distort it.
Yeah.
And I use God term loosely. It's a term most people recognize. Higher power gets confusing to people. I use the God term
Divine.
loosely in reference to something
Divine gets
greater than
confusing to people too. Divine gets. I use the term divine a lot, and then you have to explain it because people, like you said, God is one that sticks in their head more.
Well, and the thing is, if you ask 10 different people to define God, even if they all go to the same church, they're going to give you 15 different definitions from 10 people.
Yep.
Because nobody defines God the same way. And so it's an acceptable term for what I don't understand that is greater than me.
You know, I might have to do a little show on that and go out and talk to people and get their views on it.
I'd love to watch that.
Just ask
Are you
people what
subbed
they.
to Ashamed Canadian, Nikki?
Oh, yeah, I'm sub to everybody up here except for Sly Shy. I don't know what her channel is.
Oh, Sly Shot. We got to get your link out there, girl.
I don't have
Oh,
a-
and the
I don't
ad.
I don't have any content on my channel, y'all. I'm just looking for subs. That's all.
I don't know
only
who the chat is.
only content I have on my channel is my dogs.
Well,
Yeah,
you
but
never know. I
need to
might
be able to
enjoy
go live someday.
But Nikki,
so-
I'm in most of the auditors. I'm around a lot. I'll be around a lot.
see you.
They done labeled me a panel whore.
We've
Oh.
talked before. We've talked before. I see you, and I big ups, as they say on the other side of the pond.
Thank
Chad, you want
you.
to post your link too, bro?
First time I've ever been on panel with you, Nikki. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Yeah, I've been on a few panels. I don't usually come up. I mostly stay in the chats because I do this while I'm doing other things. We have animals, and I have kids, and so I'll sit in the chat, and I can read back and catch up, rewind a little, and then participate without actually having to stay focused on it. Because as Ashamed was saying, I'm sorry, I can't call you Afghan, dude. That's where I put my butts. But but as he was saying, idle hands and all. So I stay fairly busy. I crochet. My picture, I don't know if you guys can see it. That's a butterfly shaped crochet top with a black light glow vinyl yarn edging that I made. I sell those to my daughter and her friends as festival clothing.
Thanks, Epic. There's Sly Shy's channel.
Link.
So
listen, if you put Sly Shy 58, remember, not Mr. Sly Shy. That's the wrong one.
No, your link is. Oh, is that not the right one? Oh, that's the wrong one, Epic.
Yeah, that's the wrong one. You gotta type in Sly Shy 58.
58.
Yep.
Somebody said that old world religions are now called paganism, and I that's interesting because yesterday I went around telling everybody Happy New Year, and people thought I was crazy. But by the pagan calendars, most of them, the New Year would have been yesterday, because
I saw that.
October
I was like, she
31st
crazy.
October 31st is when the veil is thinnest between the worlds. So if you make it through that, you get to your birthday the next day, which is everyone's birthday, the beginning of the new year.
Oh, look at this. Everyone's typing in with the same word. What is it? Samhain?
Samhain is
Samhain.
how it's pronounced. Spelled Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain.
So when, yeah.
Yes, Samhain, when the veil is thinnest. That's why they put All Hallows Eve on that day. That's why they've demonized it, because everything is about the zombies and the monsters coming to get you, because the veil is thinnest then, and that scares most Christians. So making it through that time when the veil is thinnest, and this is based on astrology and the stars, which, I mean, if you don't believe in that, or you do, either way, it's there.
Oh, it's definitely a strong part of everything on this planet, the stars and astrology.
Yeah, well, when you know you're one with the universe, you know that you cannot be unaffected by every other thing in the entire universe.
Epic, you're a little early for Christmas, buddy.
Well, I don't know
Still
about
have
that
Mr. Side
because
40.
some of the stores around here have had their Christmas decorations and that out on sales for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Morning, Cat. Give me the finger.
Dia de los Muertos is actually a really awesome connection to Samhain, because they also believe that that's when the veil is thinnest and they can reach out to their ancestors, and they see it as a holy day, not a scary day too, which is really cool.
Hi,
Welcome.
Hi, Cat.
Hey, Cat.
there's a witch underneath you. Careful.
Hey, Kit.
How are you? Now, you see what you're talking about here, Heather. Is it Nikki? Sorry.
Yeah.
Now, you don't go running around talking about witchcraft like this. That's what they'll call you, a witch.
I'm fine with that. I've been a witch all of my life. My mother.
I understand that, but you see,
Here's her name.
that's where they'll attack us.
Oh, you
Am
see,
I
and that's the thing. Their words only have power if we give them power.
That's right. That's right. So it's about learning the cultures of all faith.
Because all faith is one faith.
And the only faith that they've left out is the Wiccan faith.
Well, it's not the only one they've left out. They all war each other. We just dropped out of wars so we don't get talked about as much. We
That's why we read. That's why we read the sky, sister. It's an easier map, and underneath all those constellations, you'll see the animals.
My wife was Wiccan.
People forget we are one of the animals and nothing more.
Yeah, you're the top of the food chain.
Yeah, I don't know about that. There's things that'll eat me. If I die tomorrow, my dog will eat me before he starves to death.
Well, your cat will eat you for sure.
Well, yeah.
Your dog might sit there for a bit and
my
wonder
chickens will too, and enjoy me.
The birds will peck your eyes.
And the soft spots, my nose, my ears.
Yes, that's why they used to bury you underneath back in the Paleolithian days. If you watched Vikings, they would put rocks above you. So
My rabbits
nothing could
are the
eat you.
that wouldn't eat me because they're herbivores.
Well, it was one of those things for your body to be safe.
Yeah, people value bodies, but they don't use them.
You're walking along apartheid if you're on Turtle Island. So we walk softly on Earth, right?
Well, merry meet, Cat. Glad to see you.
Nice to see you guys. It's a nice day outside, just so you know.
I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go out to a part of the yard. I don't have internet to work with my chickens, but y'all have a blessed day and
Watch your eyeballs.
Watch the birds. Look
See you
up.
later.
Take care, Nikki.
And this should be a new
Later,
rule
Nikki.
in yards too, just like it is at 12-step meetings. What you see here stays here.
I'm actually on the computer. If you're on Facebook, I bring you through that on my Facebook, Crafty Cat. Then you'll see what I do. I go to the water all the time.
I will.
And I live in the trees, so we're always sowing seeds.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right. Peace be with you. I'm out.
You too.
See you later.
How you doing, guys and girls?
Great.
Why you-
What's going
why you
on?
was there?
What's going on? People are going retarded. Where's our
Well,
son
that's-
going?
What else is new?
I know, right?
I noticed,
Nude.
and he just put out a new song.
Yeah, it's pretty good too.
It's about
Was that the
phony-
Yeah, it is
Tony
pretty
Phony
good. I'm just
Baloney
phony-
song?
before I came here.
Phony Baloney Tony or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my avatar changed. I see that. My computer, not on here. How's Ruckus?
He's good.
Oh, I have a quick message here from M Star Media. She says it's 2 for Tuesdays. I usually put up 2 vids, but happy fuck the cops day times 2.
Right on. Right on, M-Star. Good one.
Well put, M-Star.
Yes.
Hang on.
Gotta love M Star.
Did anybody watch You People's live last night?
No.
I watched
I don't know.
a couple
I-
hours.
Just a couple of Guru was live on You People all night long. Just finished. He came right from there and came in.
Yeah, I heard you this morning, Guru.
I was actually on with Wile E. Coyote and Robert Bodell last night. And then
Oh, yeah.
I ended up having another seizure, so I had to go to bed.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Yeah. Not much I can do about them, but
Are you
They
on
happen.
regulated medicine?
kind of.
I've had seizures. That's why I'm asking.
Well, I have what's called narcolepsy, so I could just
Uh-huh.
pass out at any time, and
Uh-huh.
they call it a type of seizure. It's not really a seizure, like I don't convulse or anything. I just
No, it's a
pass out.
tonic-clonic. It's almost
Yeah.
like a tonic-clonic. You go into a stare and then you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
I just drop anywhere, so
I
That's
watched
why,
him
yeah.
do it on panel the other day. It was like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
my son does that. It's like they go into it when you find him doing that, slow burner, when he's staring off into space like you don't know where he is, he's having a seizure.
I didn't see that. No, he just dropped to the ground.
That's
Yeah,
what
it-
happens.
He fell out of camera sight. We were like, holy fuck,
That's
this
what
is happening.
happens.
Mm.
And it's something that it's scary to see. We know. I understand it. It's one of them things that it's happened in front of me and my son saw it.
We had Chuck Bronson in here 2 days in a row. Guru, why didn't you say something?
What?
We had Chuck
didn't I-
Bronson in here again.
When?
Just 5 minutes ago.
You did?
Yeah. Charlie Norris is Chuck Bronson.
Chuck Norris, yeah.
Charlie Norris? That's Chuck Bronson.
I don't even know
Wow.
who these people are anymore.
I missed it then.
I'm getting so
Yeah.
confused.
I know you were
You
talking
did.
about wanting to get up on panel with him yesterday.
Oh yeah, well, just to say hi and whatnot. Yeah, I missed it yesterday, but that must have happened when I was getting reconnecting to get the
Are
panel
you still
thing.
here, Chuck Norris? Charlie Norris?
Actually,
You have a
in
super
New,
fan
in
here
New,
who wants to meet you.
Epic on.
it was
in-
only
in
17
Guru's
minutes
defense,
ago.
in Guru's defense, that's
Actually,
You have a
Chuck
super
Norris
fan
showed up
here.
when he was away.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It
That's
must have
probably
been
why
when
you
I was away.
Yeah, you just missed
Yeah,
it.
it was when you stepped away from the computer for
That's
whatever
okay.
for whatever reason.
How come he's up and down so quick this time? I guess that's what he does sometimes.
Epic scared him.
Busy
Oh.
guy.
Tonic-clonic seizures. There's so many seizures. I've had them all.
I'm starting
So-
to get a little spent, so I'll probably be gone not too long, but I'll be around for a little bit longer. I'm at the end of a 3-day stretch here, so it's been a good run.
Your
How long-
72 hours is up.
How
Yeah.
long will you shut her down for?
You spent.
Yeah.
He needs a little rest, and
Yeah.
he needs R&R before he comes back and attacks the weaponry.
Yes, exactly.
What,
If
you
that's
sleep
what
for
it's
about 20
draining.
hours?
What's that?
Sleep for about 20 hours?
No, 5 hours maybe.
You just need the regeneration, rejuvenation.
Till Fruity wakes him up. Till
With
Fruity
a
wakes
nice
him
big
up to
bowl of
feed,
salad.
to
Yeah,
graze.
I'll probably be up. I'll be up before your dinner, my breakfast time. I'll work on the project a bit, and if there's panel tonight, I'll come up again probably.
Everybody talks
That's
about me being a panel whore. Jeez.
It was draining yesterday, though.
Which one?
Just
Yesterday
yesterday, it was draining.
Yeah.
The energy
The day
alone was
itself,
draining.
I
Yeah,
stayed
the
on
energy.
one panel. It wasn't good for me. I didn't
Yeah.
have no problems whatsoever.
Slow burner, you do that though. You just stick to here or wherever, right? It's when you're flying around trying to be a
Trying to be a
good
busybody.
citizen. Well, no, not really. It's if
Yeah.
like if lady needs in here or something like that, and she's trying to evade that person over there, that person over there. You know what I mean? Just because.
Looks like
Those are little.
Sly Shy's trying to get back in.
There you go, Sly Shy. I put the panel for you.
Hippie's panel took a wild turn, gave me a headache, and had to leave. What happened over there? Heather? I wasn't there.
Gave
I
me a
came over and
headache
said,
and had to leave.
let's
Oh.
say
You had to
hello and
leave?
everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like when it gets a little too loud for how Heather, you're into more being calm. When it gets like that, you want to run. Okay, so you want to
Oh,
run from
really?
that kind
Those
of
two went
stuff.
at it over there? I see.
Show
That's
me the
when-
finger, Sly.
Then you're probably like, I have no time for this. I can go and smudge myself or do something. There's the cops.
You know what's funny? Last
Welcome
night
back, Sly.
Wolverine came in.
Hey, Sly Shy.
Hey, Sly. Wolverine came into the panel I was in, interrupted it, you people's panel, while he was talking to Guru, and he started talking about the old guy, right? Where you were last night, ashamed.
Yeah.
Wanted people to sub to him, which was a good thing, but I had gone into his panel the day before and asked people to go and watch Annie's. Remember he did that premiere of that song?
Yeah.
The
Any
dirty
fucking-
Mike one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
so
no.
what you're doing is
No,
sharing the
it
love.
wasn't the Dirty Mike one. It was, or maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yes, it
then
was
he
Dirty
freaked
Mike's.
out at me. He freaked out at me saying, "That's fucking rude, man. You interrupt my stream, blah, blah, blah."
He interrupted ours last night.
Fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
He says he's making a call today for that guy.
No,
He's
no,
gonna
no,
make
no.
some-
5D. You're supposed to pay $5 at the door.
Yeah, and it goes to me. So give
Who?
me your $5.
Who wants $5?
I do.
No, it's 5D says,
Besides you.
is it free to be here for fuck's sake? And I said, no,
No.
5D. Costs $5 entrance fee to slow and slow splits gives me 50 cents for letting everybody know that.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I see, but they're playing around.
Oh, you
That
get
is-
your cut, huh?
They're just joking. Don't
I
listen.
know.
They're
You
trying
get
to
your cut?
swindle you across the border.
I get my cut. Yeah.
It's humor here. That's why you need the entrance fee, is humor. Please don't forget that.
And Epic gets
What's
and Epic
up,
gets
Graham
25 cents
B?
for the host hosting the panel.
Every
For-
time you
for
laugh, it's
setting
going to
up.
cost you 5 cents.
Oh, fuck Graham B. He
And-
came
and that
up
goes-
like nothing
and that goes
happened,
to
man.
Epic,
He
yeah.
just didn't even bother him. Didn't even phase him. He's like, oh, yeah, I hope everyone gets a good laugh. That was it.
Are you Canadian? 5D, for fuck's sakes. Because when I
is
started,
Canadian.
well, the
He-
funniest thing is when I
he
went
is-
FFS in American, they didn't understand it. They were like, "What is FFS?" And I'm like, "Ah, you must follow this."
He is not
Yeah.
Chad. He's former.
Okay, former Canadian. Sorry.
That's right.
He's a fucking flea bag.
Slow, buddy. Be nice.
Truth hurts.
It's usually the women that are really quick. There's usually somebody that's slipping out and sharing your link over here and there and everywhere. Yeah. I thought that's what we were supposed to do. Sharing is caring. Whatever.
I try.
I try too. I mean, I try and then it's like, oh, you don't get along with this person. So, great.
I'll sit in some of the chats that I'm a moderator in, and I'll see people come in, and I'll just start posting their links.
Yeah. I mean,
You
isn't that what you're supposed to do if you have a mod wrench?
Well, I thought so.
Yes.
I
That's
thought
what I
so
thought.
too.
But listen,
thought
I
it
went
was-
to somebody's live thing one time, and and they were talking about somebody's video or something. So I said, well, drop the link in the chat.
Right.
They said, the mod said, do your own research.
You can't be doing that because this is a service that we can. I will help you. You help me. We share knowledge for free.
Right. She
Right?
told me, she said, do your own research. Ain't nobody dropping no links for you. And I'm like, but that's what mods is. I thought that's what mods do. They greet the newcomers or the fans, and then they drop links. That's what I thought the mods were supposed to do.
Epic just wrote that. No PayPal or no bump links, please, everyone.
Yeah, just their links to their channels.
If you put your links to your channels, or say I go around and I share, like yesterday was somebody doing guitar. I shared his link. He's got talent.
And see, that's what my other channel that I started is all about, that I'm trying to get some content for too. So,
Well, that too, Graham. If you have a few screws or somebody else has a screw loose, you just kind of
Tighten them up.
tighten them up, you know? There you go, Frankenstein. Keep going.
oh, is
Use
that
your
why
mon-
I keep getting wrenches then? Because I got all these screws loose?
Take the wrenches, but
We
don't be
haven't-
an asshole with
we-
them. That's what everybody's
We
learning.
didn't,
Is
we didn't want
see-
to. We didn't want to tell you that, Ashcan.
Oh, okay.
you see the funny is slow burner. Have you seen this going around?
Seen what?
Okay, you haven't, obviously, if you're asking me. They'll take the wrench. They'll change it. Like, I could have the wrench to change my name and then go and play around in somebody else's, like in your room.
I heard that yesterday.
Yeah, that's what's going on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When it comes to nefarious, mean people, I can smell them out like a, you're doing something rad, doing something wrong.
We had 15 blocked people in here the other day.
Right.
Hey,
It's because they're
Nikki,
taking wrenches and they're being little trolls and they're bad trolls.
So someone that's wrenched, came in and blocked. a
Because
bunch of
then they're
fucking
messing
people.
with your head and that's not cool. Because then
Nikki, the easiest way to get rid of a wrench, if they won't take it away, is just unsub them and then sub back to them. Your wrench is gone.
just like I'm finding somebody I follow, you might not follow him, Nikki and Heather, but you know, when you're going to see other people on your path. That's all. You're right. The sock accounts and the rogue mods.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about because these people are really good at their technology, like the kids.
Oh,
And then they like to mess about, and that's how you're getting each other at each other's throats. And they sit back and they love every minute of it.
Yup. just like the
It-
cops did with Long Island
and
audits. The cops
and
did
yet
the
all
same
it
thing
takes
with
is for somebody to sit in that kind of viper pit, and I smell it. That's why they call me a witch, I guess, because I can see the dark energy. It's the intent behind it.
Yeah.
High authority check. And now authority check is a good person. He just
Yeah.
likes to stir the pot a
A
little
good
bit.
person with bad intentions.
Well, his intentions are always good, but it's when, you know, because he's good at what he does, actually. Because he caught the fake Tony. And he was under not much drink, but he was being aware of, I don't think that's him.
He's definitely a true secret agent. That's for sure.
Authority check is like, I'm an angel. Don't. He
A
sits there
devil's
with
angel, but yeah.
The problem is, though, when you're sitting like that on 6 screens, you know this guy is not to mess with. That's what I'm teaching these ones that don't, and the ones underneath you, like the kids. Don't mess with people like authority check. He's already ready here to checkmate you in his gaming chair with 6 screens. Why not?
What divine sorcerer? What's
And there's
that?
a few, and there's a few other, and there's a few others in the community that are really, really good too.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, they're gamers. So it's same
Yeah.
with my daughter, right? Like, to pull my daughter away from her technology, it's like, oh, can't you just do this yourself? No. It's like, no, you do this part and I'll teach you how to cook. That's what our children should be doing instead of causing trouble on the internet.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that our children should be doing besides being on the internet. You know, like going outside and playing in the
She
dirt,
does.
get dirty. You know,
They do.
You know, I remember. You know, Mom used to tell us be home when the street lights come on. You know,
Yep.
get out of the house and do something. Go play in the woods.
Yep.
You know,
I do.
And that's a problem.
You play
There
in the
are
woods,
some.
Ted?
I
There are
always play
some
in the
people
woods.
that do, but like nowadays, over 95% of the kids are always in the house on some kind of device. They're walking down the street and they got a phone glued to
So
their hand.
that's when you say, see this device, it actually moves, see? And my daughter understands this because you can't hear that, but I can. It's the cops.
Like the city of Halifax was actually proposing to start putting painting stop signs on the sidewalk.
Right.
So that people will actually see the stop signs to stop because they're
don't
always
stop.
looking down. Yeah. So
They won't stop.
Well, when
Yeah.
one of the things myself, I used to be heavily involved in the scouting community, and I stepped away because 95% of the kids that were involved had their faces buried in a cell phone. It's like, why are you
Yeah.
here if all you're gonna do is bury your face in a cell phone?
I won't hide, HAM. Why? Why would I hide from assholes? They want me? Come. I'm right here. I'm not afraid of them. And it's a scrying mirror. That's right.
And you know, you got kids that, you know, how many kids do you actually see going out on bike rides nowadays? You know, you don't. It's not like
Not
it
as-
used to be. Bike
Yeah.
sales, you know, kids were producing kids, you know, daily, but yet stuff like bicycle sales and outdoor equipment and that have dropped.
Gone down.
Yeah, you don't
Yep.
see that. What happened to
You
taking your family on a kayak trip or canoeing and, you know, going fishing and, you know,
Oh,
getting
but
back.
those things do happen with some families, but the other families, no.
Exactly, and that's the
we can
problem.
see the difference.
We have too many city kids everywheres, and
And the
there's not enough time to take away from all that electronic gadgets and just get back into like learning how to make a loaf of bread from scratch, maybe learning how to make pastry, you know,
Back
maybe
into
learning
basics.
how to start a fire, you know,
Yeah.
basic stuff, you know,
But-
maybe helping clean up the neighborhood.
Clean where you're sitting. You know, wherever you go, just make sure you're not leaving your litter behind.
Exactly.
Like down when I'm fishing, where like Slow Burner, where we are down there fishing, we clean up after ourselves.
Well, I just think it's kind of ridiculous that the cities and towns and that have to put up signs to tell people to clean up after their pets.
Mm.
You know,
I
and
hate
it's
that.
not the fact that they're out there. You know, it's the fact that if people are that stupid that the city has to spend money to put up those signs,
Right.
you know, maybe you should be paying higher taxes then.
That's
You
them,
know,
and that's them lazy ass people. The ones that
Yes.
got the big ass dogs and don't want. If you don't want to pick up the big ass shit, don't have a big ass dog.
exactly.
That's why I
You
don't
don't-
have a dog.
You don't see them. You don't see shit on their property
Right.
because they either don't let them shit there or they clean up after them. Simple as that. But you know, it just makes no sense to have the city have to pay for signs to tell people to do basic shit like pick up after your dog. You know, it just blows my. And then people, you know, kids don't even learn nowadays. Really, they don't learn how to spell properly. Everything's done with a computer, and it's all spell checked and for them. So
And it's spell check. You know what? Your computer keyboard is actually for the American spelling. Because
Yeah.
every time I go to spell, I have to add the UR or OUR for color and what have you.
yeah,
That's how
that's
you
the
know it's
settings. That's
the
the settings
American.
on your computer. If you set
Yeah.
your computer to Canada, then it'll do that. But
It's slang. Either way.
yeah,
My
yeah,
grandma told me we're speaking slang. So,
Yeah.
all right.
color and honor.
Showing
and-
what- Oh, yeah. Color, leather. I had to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I just don't. Kids aren't really learning anything in school anymore. If you think about it.
No, they just
They're
all they do is teach them
Gibberish.
basic gibberish, and if they get a basic grasp of that, here you go, you go on to the next grade.
They
Right.
slide them. They slide them through.
Yeah.
They don't fail them no more. And they even tried changing up curriculum, and
I have-
then we couldn't understand it, so they went
Yep.
back to a different curriculum. It's all the same textbook. It's just a revised edition of a copy. Like the hardcover is changed. Everything
they're
in the
not-
book is still the
They're
same.
not getting paid. They're not getting paid to teach no more though.
No.
It's all about
Because-
it's all about the what you call it, the not agenda, but I forget what it's called in schools. But it's all about the paperwork. It really has nothing to do with education anymore.
No, I just
No,
came
it's-
across something of
Oh.
my daughters, right? Like how they give us the progress reports. And it's one of those, I see you're really good at drama. You're really good at playing this trick. But in my time that I went to school, it was if I got into I wasn't allowed to look at those things. They were closed and I had to take it home to home.
Yeah.
They had to open it. This time they would, no, you get to, don't take our report cards home because guess what? We failed or whatever. I'd have my brother tell me that. And I'm like, but I get good marks. And of course, you're trying to help out your brother not get in trouble as well at home back in the day.
Yeah.
Now the curriculum's
Yeah.
changed. They never challenged bullying. I went up against the school system, just like
That's
the
the word
foster
I
care
was looking for.
system.
I'm sorry. That's the word I was looking for. Curriculum. Thank you.
You're welcome. The curriculum has not really changed. They tried changing it up, and then they use Google Chrome. And of course, those parents that are not technically inept, they're losing a lot of valuable information on what's going on.
But I mean,
That's why.
Whoa.
that's the generate. I mean, that's the generation. I mean, even with my generation, well, most of our generation here,
Mhm.
you know, we majority of us don't know their way around a computer.
Right. And I'm computer inept as well. That's why it's the kids are really smarter at it. And my next door neighbor, he comes from the east. So it's one of them, I need your help. And he'll come over, and it's not like he's costing any money. It's time. We share things together. He has those kinds of smarts where he's in my house. So of course we're gonna smoke a joint. We're gonna help each other.
Well, I find that teachers nowadays, they have a program that they have to put out, and basically all they're doing is they're teaching kids how to use apps to do all of this, and that's all they're teaching them now. They're not actually teaching them how to do the research. They're giving them the research by teaching them how to use the apps, and everything's at their fingertips. If we had this when we were in school, we would be.
The kids use their phone.
We're raising the dumbest generation. As
the generation is dumber than his parents. Came crashing through the window.
That's the plan. That's the plan. This generation, they want this generation to be nothing but what do you call it? Computerized or
AI.
You know,
digitized.
Right. That's what they want. They want this generation to learn to be digitized and not know anything.
And they're fine with it. I mean, you see how many kids are saying, "I don't care. I don't care. I don't care."
My mother is
Can we
a
get some
retired.
people to hit the thumbs up button, please?
My mother is a retired school teacher, and the year she retired, these were her words. She says, "I don't want to teach anymore because all they're getting me to teach is apps and basic, and computer stuff." And she says, "I don't know IT related stuff." And she says, "I don't want to do that. That's not what I signed up to be a teacher for."
No, and it's like when you go into mature college, for instance, and you just want to upgrade something. You have to take this and then take that. It costs you lots of money just to go right for, say, social working. You have to take this and this and this. Why? Why are you wasting my money when I just want this?
It was like with me when I was planning on going back to Halifax to finish taking my courses in filmmaking. They're like, "Oh, well, you have to take this course, and you have to take this course, and you have to take this course." And I'm like, "Why?
Right? Why? Exactly.
Like what does that have to do?
Where am I going to use that in this course?
Yeah,
exactly my point. So why am I spending $500 on this textbook and all these textbooks when I can't afford it? Oh, wait, now I have to pay. Yeah, exactly. That's why I call them generation screwed. The younger generation below us, the 7th generation, they're generation screwed.
The younger generation now, you mean?
And the younger ones, they're not going to be able to afford anything. So when I look around my home, I say, at least my children have something solid, right? And at least they can own something. That's the point where you need to understand how it works, the real world.
Guru, Guru, I'm sorry, Kat. Guru, she's your kind of girl, ain't she?
It's like, let's utilize our space wisely.
Yes.
Would you like to look at what I do here, Shy? Because Guru would say, That's right.
Yep.
I seed. I sit here and I use things to my advantage. And I just keep planting.
Cool.
All while you guys are talking and yelling and screaming at each other. And calling me a witch and all this other stuff. And when you want to talk about your flat earth theory, I say, I get it, motherfuckers. Where I'm here doing all of it myself. And over here. And that's just the grow light. See? So, yeah, but you just keep working.
That's cool.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, and then, of course, when you want to save money, flip the switch, Sly. Those are all around.
Okay.
Cost you nothing on electricity. Those are display lights. And then
Okay.
outside. AJM, I'm going to show you nobody's in my trees. They'd be stupid to hide in my trees. And down there, I plant food and flowers.
Damn, Guru. We
And
want her
upstairs.
on our team. Guru, we want her on our team.
think
I could even
Guru
cook
fell
outside.
asleep.
We just kind of keep on stacking up.
According to
That's what we
5D,
do.
Drew's dreaming of 3 Big Macs.
I had McDonald's yesterday.
Oh, you cheated, huh?
Yeah, that's one of those. I need junk food. And it's one of them saturated fat kind of days. But normally, no.
I'm glad there's nothing like that around me.
Thank
I'm actually surprised. I live in, right in
But you have the
downtown
same
St. John, and there's no fast food joints around here. Tim
Look at
Hortons and Subway, but that's about it. Have to go halfway across the city just to see a McDonald's or a Burger King.
I think that's a good thing.
Oh,
Keeps your
Well,
children
Outcast doesn't
healthy.
like that.
well,
Okay.
I was a junk food addict for years and years, I'll constantly driving around in that. So I would pull into McDonald's and grab a couple McDoubles and off I go or something. And I can't eat that crap anymore. I love it, but I shouldn't be eating it. It's not good for my heart or anything. So,
Exactly.
but it's so good and it's so convenient and it's cheap enough, but
Well, y'all must got some real good McDonald's, because our McDonald's here in Philadelphia, I tell you, I had a muffin, egg, and cheese, and I wished I could have took it back.
You should have done that at home, Sly.
I do
Jeez.
cook usually, Kat, I do cook at home. If you I would usually post most of my cooking pictures on Facebook, but I do cook at
Oh,
home since
you're
COVID.
uh-huh.
I started cooking more, and eating healthier. So
Well, in here, Sly Shy, I'm going to show you. I've done herbs. So rosemary, and this is thyme and
I
stuff.
used that yesterday on my steak.
Yeah, so
But
herbs
you got
and chives.
natural ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of went to town. This is lavender. So these are things that morning glories. I had to restart my whole garden, and
Mhm.
now we're cleaning it up. I'm looking actually to get that's TV. So I can sit here and make a greenhouse.
Okay.
And that way the cats are safe,
Cool.
because the hawks do come around here, right? So, and then I can grow food in here.
Guru, see, that's why I want to live at your house, Guru, so I could do that.
You want to come to our house?
No, Guru said he has a house somewhere. I want to go live at that house.
I have 100 acres, and I'm going to do the exact same.
Oh wait,
Where?
okay. Can you build
Up
me
north.
a house there? Little. I just need
There's
a small
cottages
house.
there. Come on up.
In Canada?
Child.
That's right. Lady
But
asked
I
me
have
to
to
find
have
her
the
100
vaccine.
acres.
I have to
I'm
have
in.
the vaccine.
We'll show you the right way to get through.
To get on the
It's just,
airplane.
we'll show you how to walk, like with your moccasins. Are you forgetting? Keep the light on, like in the railroad. The old railroad system will keep lights on and be like,
The,
run, Slide, run!
the underground
The Underground
railroad.
Railroad, right? It's not really an underground railroad, but we'll keep the light on just in case. We'll tell
Yes.
you when it's safe to run. Get away now! They're coming! You see what it is? It's almost like an 18 Civil War, but this time we're in peace. We come in peace, motherfuckers.
I'm unvaxxed.
Some people want it. It's okay. I'm not either.
No. That's what I'm saying. We show up on your property. I'm unvaxxed.
That's great. I take you anyway.
I'll do a freedom walk, and I'll walk from New Brunswick to wherever that is. As long as
Over
it's
here?
not- yeah.
Okay.
I'll do a freedom walk and see if I can get people to follow me.
Well,
And
that's
we'll
okay
walk right
because
through
New.
I'd have to start now to get to St. John.
Yeah, well, if you go to
Well,
St. John.
you know what? I'll wait for you, brother.
I know you'd wait for me, Ashcan.
I'll be here waiting for you. I'll be sitting by the shores of blue.
Is it
I
is
think
it
I
in
think I'd get,
Ontario?
I think if
Yeah.
I walked, I'd get there in
Yeah.
June.
I'll come pick you up. I'll get you to the border. Where are you? What state? Philadelphia?
Yes, I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I'll definitely get you out of there.
Okay. Yeah.
Be like,
Please save
you need
me,
to go
y'all.
over
Save
there
me.
and get her because all shit's gonna pop off. And hell to the
already
no,
know.
not with Slash IRL.
I already
Go
know.
up to
All shit's
go
about
up
to
to
pop
upstate
off.
New York.
You're a mecca.
Go to upstate New York and go up around where the native reserve is there, and
Come
just
to
come into
me.
Cornwall, Ontario.
Yeah.
No, not Cornwall. That's another
There's-
way in for Quebec area.
Yeah, in Quebec there is too, but
Right.
you can come in right through Cornwall. There's a
Yes.
native reserve right there.
But we
It
go to
goes-
the Six Nations. To
Yeah, that's
Hamilton.
oh yeah, that's
That's the
but
largest
you
one.
can't but you can't cross the border into the States in the Six Nations. That's out by Hagersville. I
Right,
used
that's-
to go there all the time when I lived in Hamilton.
That's Caledonia. It's Caledonia and Oswego. Hagersville on the way to Port Dover. That's
Yep.
where my Mississauga natives went to on that back line. That's 1492
Yeah,
Randback Lane. That's where all the mess is going on.
there's another one though. It's in Cornwall, and
Mhm.
it's right on the border. It's actually the native reserve goes into the States also.
Right.
And there's one right there. I used to go there. Actually, I used to deal with a chop shop there way back in the 80s.
Okay.
I
then-
know about that one.
And up north, I'll be going to that up north, which is the Iroquois Confederacy and the Mohawks.
Oh, okay.
So that's Algonquin,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Nurse
Yeah.
tribe. And then the like Oneidas, there's a couple of reservations out in London,
Yeah.
the Oneida Territory, and that's then coming towards Michigan, which is Tecumseh, if you're going the old way,
Yeah.
which they're pretty much telling you, great, now we're political, great, here we are. Your First
Yeah.
Nations. And on your side, it's the same. Shy. Sly.
And then there's another park out in Vancouver, well, in British Columbia. That's it's owned by the Canadians and the Americans. There's no border there. You can go into the park, but you're being watched as you come out. So if you're,
That's the LNG.
but it's an open park. There, people go there and meet up with their friends from the States,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll sit there in the park. They'll sit there, smoke a few doobies and that. As long as they're on the Canadian side, you can smoke a few doobies and that, and then they go home.
Yeah, and
back
that's
over.
like Goat Island out at Niagara there. Same
Yeah.
thing. You know, if you can't get across, then they'll come over to you. One year you come across here, and the next year they go across to your side
Yeah.
for the
Now try and do
powwows.
that. Yeah.
Right now, it's what they're doing on. I've actually just went up there to do my trade because I get my cigarettes from them and my,
Yeah. Yeah.
pot. I go to them. I don't go to the dispensary. I give it right to them.
Yeah.
That way I know where
it's-
my money's going.
Like that's one thing I miss about Fredericton. You used to be able to go over to the north side of Fredericton, which is the St. Mary's Native Reserve.
Mm-hmm.
10, 15 different dispensaries. They sell their cigarettes and everything there. I paid, for a normal pack of cigarettes on the reserve, I think I paid $12 for a large pack of cigarettes. Anywhere else are 20.
Are you just for the pack or the actual
Yeah,
200?
just for a pack.
Oh yeah, when I went out in the east, it was like that. When 2004, I'm like, $10
no,
for a pack of actual cigarettes. So that's when I started in 2007 smoking.
Well, here, I'll show you.
From the res.
This pack of cigarettes at the store, as you can see, it's got the tag on.
Yeah.
These cigarettes, LD standard, they're the cheapest ones that you can buy here.
Okay.
They are $16 a pack, and they're only a 20 pack. $16 a pack at the store.
Pack in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
They're $15.90 here.
I get a whole bag of these.
Yes, for 20
for 10.
bucks. Oh
10.
yeah.
10?
Oh yeah.
$10 bucks.
And,
Holy shit!
I remember
last
going to Hagersville and getting it says buy 10 bags get one free. And
That's right.
You pay $100, $110 or something. It works out to be $10 a bag for them.
I'll show
I
you
was getting them in
I
Quebec.
only go to the res.
I used to get them in Quebec for $5 a bag, $250 a case.
These ones here.
Yeah.
Careful, because I was just told, and it's true, since the reservation owns also the packing company, all right? These are BBs. This is what mostly your city people want. Careful now, you're getting them any cheaper. They're just putting the shit from the bag in here.
Yeah.
That's how your natives will trick you.
Yeah.
White man. It's easy.
Mhm.
Just so you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's why I'm like, good luck trying to trick me.
Yeah.
But I mean,
No.
there's fools that will. I do the runs, right? So it's one of those, like, I don't believe in. If Slow Burner wanted something, I wouldn't rip him off. I don't believe in that.
There's a dispensary in Moncton. It's owned by the natives, and you go there, get your weed. They got some munchies. There's chocolate bars and chips and gum and stuff like that. Your cigarette papers, but you can also buy your native cigarettes there. And for a small pack, they're $8. For a large pack, they're $9. And you get like they're called discount and export and stuff like that.
Elites, BBs.
Yeah. So you get those type of cigarettes, but
DKs,
and they're cheap. And there's a store right across the street, and they're selling them for $16 for the same small pack that you're getting for $8.
They would actually have them where you can test them, the flavor that you wanted, because they would have so many. So you would be like, I don't know. Now they don't do that. Now they're not really doing that. Like, here, try this or try that. Depends which store you're going to. Because many stores have other stores on different lines. Like, I have my other shop on that part. Like the girl that I do deal with now with the pot. But then in BC, if they are in BC and they want this link, I'll give it to them, not a problem, because it's helping everybody.
Here's the thing. Is it illegal? Like, can you guys buy menthol cigarettes?
The menthol cigarettes I find out only at the res, and the girl that just went down, she just lost her cigarettes. I call it like a portable shack. She
No,
had
but I
BB
mean,
menthols.
can you buy menthol cigarettes at a store in
Not at the store
Ontario?
because of the kids.
Okay,
on the
what
res.
about the flavored e-juices?
They are taking some things like that off because of Trudeau has said so, right? And
Yeah,
it's one
because
of those things that I'm watching.
here in New Brunswick, it's against the law for them to sell flavored e-juices now,
Hmm.
and you can't buy menthol cigarettes anywhere.
No, because it's directed towards the kids, right? So when we think about our children, like my daughter would smoke menthols. The only place I could get menthols was out on the res. And then a girl
I smoked
found
menthols for years.
Yeah.
I can't get them anymore, and I love a menthol cigarette.
Reservation or pop up
Can't get them at
lifesaver in
the
your mouth.
reservations here either.
So we can't send you none?
Pardon me?
We can't send you none?
No.
It's because of the menthol, and the only thing is, it's one of them. The other alternative that you do is put a peppermint lifesaver in your mouth and smoke.
Yeah.
It's the same thing to me.
Kind
Be like,
of.
look, it's menthol now. Ooh, you know what I mean? It's like my mom would always ask for the Vantage cigarettes from the States because they had the hole in the filter.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it's one of those, oh, you're going to the States? Yeah. You're going to Mexico. Can you bring me back real vanilla? Yeah. It's expensive, just so you know. That's the real one. Okay. So yeah, at least we're all here together and alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to step away for a couple minutes here. I just got to step outside. I'm not allowed to smoke pot in the house, so.
It's okay. It's good air.
And
cheers.
I actually cheers.
Cheers.
I prefer to actually stand outside and smoke anyway. So.
Yeah, definitely.
I will be right back though. Give me a few minutes.
Channel wide took it if you have it.
Yes.
I have it. It's called Pink Panther.
I gotta jump down here in a little bit anyway because I gotta speaking of joints, I gotta go up to a friend's place and roll some joints for him.
Oh, he doesn't know how to roll his joints?
Well, no, he does, but he had a massive stroke and lost the use of the left side of his body, so it's hard for him to roll them.
Do me a favor. Tell your friend that it's possible to do it with one on his leg. My mom came out of the hospital, and that was the first thing she said was, give me papers and give me dope. And she perfected her one arm rolling. Trust me.
He's tried.
It's a skill.
He's tried. He doesn't like how he rolls. So
tell him as long as it smokes and it doesn't canoe and it gets him high, that's all that matters, brother. Because that's the first thing that
most times he ends up canoeing a lot when he rolls them. So or he ends up or he ends up with pregnant ones.
Either way, they laugh at me, but I'm like, haha, it still works. That's the whole point. Whereas my brother would want to perfect it. You know, it's all in the art, or you buy them a pipe.
Yeah, well, he smokes a pipe. He smokes a pipe too, but you know, he still prefers his joint. So I go up myself and somebody else. We rotate out and roll him up a bunch of joints, so he's good to go for a while. And when he
That's what I'm saying.
when he runs out, he goes to his pipe.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And it's
so
one of them things that my mother, it was, wow, left, her whole left side ended up gone. But that was some doctor saying, you're never going to walk again. She's walking. Are you kidding me?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Don't tell, the doctors are always wrong, usually. Not that I'm going to say don't listen to a doctor. That
Well,
would be silly.
my friend, he's I'll say this much: he's gotten back a lot of his
Mm-hmm.
left mobility, but still the left hand doesn't cooperate 100% with him.
No.
So, I mean, he's left-handed to start with. So, I mean, the thing is, he's used to using his left hand, but I mean,
And now it's different.
It's different, and he, you know, he's gotten some mobility back in his left hand and some use, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, not like he was before. I mean, this gentleman, he's a trained professional clown. That's what he did for a living, and he can't even do that anymore. So,
Right.
because, you know, he relies on his hands.
Yeah, it's one of them things. If I broke my hand, you know, I fractured my hand. So just knowing, if even right now when I take this device, I'm with one hand and I'm doing everything with one hand, holding this device, planting, doing what I have to do, challenging myself, I guess.
Mm.
Right? Whereas in other words, with your friend, he has to live with that all day, all day, all day. And it gets frustrating and they get tired of it. They don't, that's when they feel like they're running into a wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Just so you're aware. And then that's where, look what's coming upon us in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
The long, dark winter. That enables them to.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of get out there and I walk for them so they can get out of your head.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
and I smoke mine at the trees or at the water or whatever, just to step away from these, quote, weapons. The Gatling gun. I call it the Gatling gun. The demon device.
Yeah.
It's about keeping busy. I just did a video on that. Keeping busy in an insane world.
Yeah. You need to turn your camera a little bit, though.
Sorry. I will. It was one of those, I can hear the hawk upstairs and, you know what I mean? I have the animals and these hawks will just, he was right above the building. So it's, yeah, I can see what you're going to do because I've found him in my trees a couple of times. I'll just look outside and go, what is that? Oh, it's the hawk sitting in my tree.
Yeah.
Or the turkey vultures. So these are things that the cats can get swooped up on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're they're prey. You know, unfortunately, they think it's great that they can hide and kill birds, but there's bigger birds that will come and scoop down upon, I call it the upper oasis balcony, up there and totally grab them. No problem. Yeah. Oh, hello.
Hello, Clyde.
See those? What they locked us
Welcome
up
back.
in a museum. Welcome back.
I'm out the basement.
You're out of the basement. So in these BBs, did you not know that there are only 20 cigarettes? There's not 25 in here?
I didn't know that.
They tricky, huh? I noticed one thing. When you're smoking out of these, the cartons, as opposed to your refill cartons, okay? These go quicker than what that will.
Mm-hmm.
These smoke faster. It's so funny. I'm
Those
like,
beans are like joints. They burn like joints.
you know what, with the BBs, it's because it's almost like back in the day, they wanted DKs or Demore light knockoffs and putters. So, of course, I could go around selling a pack of cigarettes just in my building for $5 if I wanted to, if not $7. But it's about fair trade.
Mm-hmm.
Like next year, I'll do my tomatoes and green peppers downstairs. I heard Newt saying about the apples earlier and say, no, don't worry about it. I'll show you where the tree is.
Yeah.
Right. Because it used to be all apple orchards where we are, including you guys, wherever you are. So it's almost like we were bringing back our grandparents' world.
Slowly but surely, yes.
That's what we want to be doing. And a lot of people are fighting in the middle of it. And we're just like, we the peacekeepers will just keep planting. So when I'm walking around, if I see things like this, like yesterday I was saying, seeds that are dying or they're going to die, and they're nice botanical gardens and our money has gone in there, I'm going to take just a couple of these seeds for next year and plant them downstairs in my garden. I noticed that with the nurseries. You're pretty much buying everything that's in your forest with all these houseplants.
Well, I mean, even nowadays, you look and you walk. Like, I mean, I was out for a walk yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and then I noticed the amount. Like, we have a lot of chestnut trees in our area,
Mm-hmm.
and just the amount of the nut, which is essentially the seed, rolling down the street. You know. So it's like, you know, we just
And that's what you do in the wildlife, right? I'm looking at the wildlife over the past 3 years and seeing the change, and just seeing the change.
Yeah. Well, I got a laugh a couple days ago. I was out for a walk, and this one little fella, had a Halloween, a jack-o'-lantern style bucket, and he was out picking chestnuts. And I said, that's a good thing to do. I said, you can plant one in your backyard, and I said, you know, they're it's a fun thing to do. He says, I do it every day. I enjoy it. Then I was talking to his mom, and she said he's got like boxes of chestnuts that he's collected. And I said, well, encourage him to continue doing it, because, you know, you save a couple. And I said, you know, if you roast them on a fire outside in the yard, not inside, you know, they become edible. She's like, really? I didn't know that. And I'm like, yeah, no, they're edible, as long as they're cooked. You're muted, Kat.
That's what more herbs here in my garden. That's a grow light. You can start doing your own aloe and your ivy.
Yep.
Can you hear that noise out there? What's that?
I said, if you got a green thumb.
You know what? It's trial and error. That's a Kalanchoe plant. Now, that only comes in that thing, and I just let it go. But yeah, it's about clean air too, right? Like rosemary in here and what have you. So we'll see what happens. I've got the grow light. That's how I started with the seeds. And then I take my reusable and we splash it here. Same with my bamboo. I reuse everything. Like
Later,
that's a candle
Guru.
jar. Bye,
Yes.
Guru. There's nothing out there on my pine tree, I promise you. He's stupid to sit out there. I throw a rock at them.
Guru's gone and crashed for a few hours. He'll be back in a few hours, probably.
He's tired. If he was up for 72 hours, he needs
Oh,
sleep.
yeah.
He
Oh,
been
yeah.
up for
Yeah.
9 days.
Yeah, if he's up for 72 hours, it's like a
He's worse
burnout.
than he's worse than Billy. He just gotta have too much damn yard stream.
But you know what? When Guru talks, he makes you think,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love Guru. I love Guru.
right? And
You know, you're right. He makes you think.
right. So it's one of them. He's not coming at you, attacking you. Some people will attack you out here. He doesn't do that. I noticed that with Guru. He just kind of goes, bam, it's right there in your face.
Yeah. But it depends on the topic. Sometimes he gets a little attackative, but you know, it's not. It's a good attack and not a bad attack.
You can agree to disagree. And on
Yeah.
certain panels, you can't. You know, it's about coming to a two row, we say. I'll come to the row, the two row. You stay on your side and I'll stick to mine. Kind of like the cops. Same thing. There's an invisible line there, like a street, like a river. Stay on your side and I'll stay to mine.
Yeah, exactly.
We can come then to the river and say,
Yeah,
what have you
that's the
seen
way
on
you
your
work.
side? That's how it worked back in the day here. Like, hey, you're on the wrong side of the hood. Get back. You know, because if they were ruly or whatever, I called them, my grandma would call them ruly, you know, where bullyish. They're coming for trouble. So when I live near the river, I sit up at the path and I make sure that these people are belonging in my neighborhood.
To answer your question, Graham B, about chestnuts are like a conker tree, yes, they are.
Same with when you're in the forest and there's mushrooms. They're edible if you know what you're doing.
If you know what type you're looking for, yes.
Right. Well,
Okay.
this is where, yes.
I'm sorry, real quick. I'm gonna let you finish, right? When my dog must have ate some in the yard, you know how they get off the grass, and he must have ate some. He came in the house, yo. You can see that he was seeing psychedelic stuff in front of his eyes. He kept swiping at his eyes, yo. He kept biting at the wind. I mean, biting at the air. I say, yo, tripping.
What do you want, cat? What do you want, dog? But you see, I used to do that. We used to do that to the dog for free. We were smoking as a child, so we would get the kids would get animals high just because it's fun. Like they got to be high too. My cats love weed.
Oh,
One of my cats did. One of my cats didn't.
I'm telling you, if you have weed, I had my old cat Vegas would know that
My
the weed
last
man is
cat-
coming.
My last cat, Peanut, he ate 3 of my plants.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved it.
They do. They scratch at the door when I lived in my old house. It'd be peck, peck. You'd hear nails at the door, and it was like, "Who's that?" And it's like, "You know who it is." Spencer Ennis wants to get high.
My last cat before the one I have, she would literally she'd hear the buster.
Yeah.
And she'd come running and she'd sit on my lap while I rolled the joint,
Mm-hmm.
and would literally do that
Smell it.
whole sniff thing and smell it as soon as soon as it was rolled and as soon as it was lit, and she'd be inhaling that smoke like crazy.
This guy right
I
here,
yeah.
see him? He ate a quarter of an ounce of weed. When I first got him, he was about 6 months old. He ate a quarter
Shithead,
of
huh?
an ounce, yo. I came home, he was falling all over. He couldn't stand up. I was like, oh my God. I wanted to rush him to the hospital because I thought maybe, he ate something bad. I found my weed on the floor all open and waited. Oh my God. He slept for 8 hours.
I'm sitting right by my plant and I can actually smell it, okay? And then I just brought it in. So I was one of them, get away from it. Don't look at it. Don't smell it. Don't even try to dig, because they love soil. My cats will do it on purpose. Take the soil out. They start digging in the soil. So of course it's one
So
of
they
those.
trying to find a good place to shit.
Yeah. They do it on purpose because they know what I'm doing here. So they watch me intently, and I'm putting the pots together and what have you. And one cat is just like, ho hum, I'm watching you. That's Lola. The other cat is like, what are you doing? I need to dig everything. That's the Texas cat. And then of course
Listen,
now we have this new kitty. No,
they
his
set
mom.
you up, honey. They waiting. They gonna get just the right pot. They gonna need you something to clean up.
All there. All there. And I know which one it is because I have a routine every day. I clean my floor because you know me, I don't like mess. And if you don't know me, I don't like mess. It's one of them. But I wake up and I have the broom already in my hand. It's crazy. It's witch crazy.
Come over here for the day and you can clean my
Right?
place.
It's one of them. It needs to be done. It's one of them. I can't do anything unless I get this done. And then I feel like I've accomplished something. That's when I say my grandma's pricking my conscience. She's my Jiminy Cricket. Because I could just hear her saying, don't you think that you could be doing this? Yes, I think I could be. That's the kind of ways I was raised. Like, make sure you do your work and then you can go and have the whole day to play.
In all the jobs that I've ever done in my lifetime, one thing had always stood out to me that a carnival owner had told me, that always remember, no matter what job you're at, whether it's your one at home or your one that you're getting paid for, that just remember the ABCs, and that's always be cleaning, because a clean environment is a safe environment, whether you're home or at work.
And I hate to say it, but when you go to places like Tim Hortons, I'm there going, if there's time to lean, there's a time to clean. That's the motto here.
Yeah.
At least it was when I was working, but because it's a sink or swim, really and truly, in the work. You're just nothing but a number. You're replaceable. So, of course, today it's different with AI. It's like, you are really replaceable, stupid human. Especially with people like Tesla around,
Well, I did a lot of work in call centers. So it was the majority of where I worked for most of my working career. And even in those, now it's like almost completely automated. But to get to a person, it takes you 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like my cousin, for instance, he replied to me, and it's one of them. He does art, but he's on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, and I do a page over here. So it's one of them. I just shared your page out, and if you like what he said, because when he does political posts, it's funny. So it's one of them. There you go. He's also an artist. He does abstract painting on Instagram. He's doing a black horse right now with oil and canvas. So if you're creative, that's another reason I'm out here. You have talent.
Wait,
Yeah, it's
so
true.
you and Guru are already together?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
They're of like
I was
mind.
getting ready to say,
Like
huh?
minds. We're like-minded
Oh,
of
okay.
living. Like he's living off the grid. I'm on the grid. I just live in a building. I have a vision. My next vision will be for up north.
Okay.
Okay. It's more of a, I don't know what I want. I want to do something with animals and help people out there. If we can help people, then we can help them.
How
If
far
they can
north?
go, right. And this is cottages. So you don't want to rip these things down. You want to repair them. If you rip them
Yeah.
down up north, then you can't re-put them back up. So the best thing to do, and it's one of those where it does cost money. So these people that have come to me, it's one of them, I'll get you what you need, just not there because of what's going on there. And a lady had asked me, she's got also property here in Mississauga because this is changing here. And she has a pond. And of course, I could go play at her place if I wanted to with gardens and stuff like that. No problem. Get my hands dirty. A lot of people are looking for money, and I don't look for money. I look for different things. I guess that's the way God makes me. I'm not out for money.
You're
Thanks.
looking for, basically, by the sounds of it, you're looking for like a barter system. You help me, I help you.
That's right.
And
I have that.
I think that's the way it should be.
I'm on the secret path. I'm out here also kicking your government. I see what they're doing. I've witnessed both of my kids going through with their own. Each of them had their disabilities, I can say. One wasn't speaking. That was my son. He's 25. I noticed then with 1996, stuff was going on with our food. I brought it up to my grandmother. Something's wrong if our kids aren't functioning properly. It's like they were testing already. And then, of course, my family.
They were testing back in the 70s.
Yes, and with my
with us.
family.
I mean, come on.
Yes, they were.
You know.
I call you guys. I call them Hitler kids for a reason. The baby boomers dropped the bomb, y'all. They dropped the bomb. And then this is something like we tried to talk to them today, and it's one of those lost causes. You're trying to talk to your mom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When I say anything about stuff like that I believe, y'all, people call me a conspiracy theorist.
That's what my mom told me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I am bringing you what your stupid internet is showing you, and you're looking at it all the frickin' time, Mom. You're saying, oh, there's the Luna. No, Ma, not Don LeBrez. She was nowhere to be seen. You need to get out of your frickin' box, or your head, or your ass. I called my mother a Pharisee. To her, I would have said it to her face, guys, but it was on the phone. But she's next door, so when I know that, first attack your family. That's what I told my kids. Go for the family, then go for your friends.
It's like the with the whole
take your family on first.
With the Kool-Aid thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's why we said don't drink the water. What's wrong with you?
My mother, my father, and my brother all took the Kool-Aid, and they're all like, "Oh, you got to do this for us." Blah blah blah. I said, "I don't have to do anything for you.
See, that's my mom said the same thing, and
I
my
said,
brother and I
you
would.
make. I said, you make your choices. You chose to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm choosing not to because I don't put anything in my body that's not,
I'm not drinking
natural.
poison. I
When
know
I
what
was
they
young,
did with the water, so it's one of them. Oh,
when I was young, they taught me, the doctor said you got to do what the doctor said. You got to do it. When I got old enough to realize what the doctor said was making me sick,
well, what if I told you you were your own doctor?
yes, I know. I've been taking
Yeah.
care of myself down
What
for
if
the
I
past
told you that
30
there's
something
13
years.
signs, not 12?
13 signs. What's the 13th?
Ophiuchus, the healer.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Because of course they're not going to tell you exactly about the 13th sign of the
Zodiac. Yeah.
the zodiac wheel, which would be Ophiuchus. And if you use this stellarium, you'll see Hydra, Arendis, and all these constellations. There you're speaking one language underneath one map of everybody.
Ironically, I actually fall into the 13th sign.
So you're more of an Ophiuchus.
So why
And
we only got 12 months?
you don't really and truly. It's almost like we're pregnant for 40 weeks. You don't really know when you're pregnant unless you're that sensitive to your body where, oh shit, it happened. I feel it. And that is like my family. It's being in
So the
tune
government
with your body.
came up with them tests. The government
Romans.
came up with the abortion.
Mm-hmm.
The government came up with the pills.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
And
saying this all along.
Everything is here, like Jesus Christ told you. Like I was sitting yesterday in somebody who wants to be part of the KGB, and I've heard many people slam the KGB and the Bible and this, that, and the other. But that's when I say, to each their own. I go to the woods and I sit on a rock and I renamed it Sarah's Rock. Not Peter. Give me a break. See? So they'll call you a witch just because you're not going into a church. Oh, and by the way, those
Peter?
churches, Peter was Simon, the fisher of men.
Mm-hmm.
That Jesus said, I now change your name to Peter, strong like this rock, for the love is Israel. Aha. Jesus of Galilee, Nazareth. And so they wanted to attack me, and I said, not my problem. You don't know the KGB. Boom, I'm out of here. They're learning Wicca. But there's dark as well that happens. And unfortunately, some of us can feel this dark energy. I can see it within my own child when she switches from I'm being nice to being whoa. And of course, there's mental illness upon this. So it's really be careful who you're aggravating today.
Yep.
Who's
good example, Graham B. October is the 10th month.
Right.
But Oct means 8. They've really messed things around.
8 is also like today, right behind your back, America, and you don't see it, but Bombardier is number 8. Boeing. And that's going to be making jets here. Like McDonnell Douglas went down, Lester B. Pearson. They'll be making jets now. And we had that big Airbus that used to come from the Euphrates.
Well, we had
Airbus.
We used to make the jet the Arrow, and then they stopped production of that.
Well, the armory over here is closed, my friends. That's why I'm saying, remember, with conspiracy theories. And, I won't listen to Alex Jones. I'm sorry. He's a little too hyper, Bill Hicks, whatever. When you have to bring this kind of information to the older generation, they don't want conspiracy theories. They want the actual show me the proof.
Oh,
So then I did.
listen, I did that to my family, and they disowned me.
My family's always disowned me. I always knew that was coming. Come on.
Well,
But, you know, they're
I told
two-faced.
everybody. I told everybody since this thing started that
It's
we
fake.
would no. Well, that it
Not
was
fake.
fake.
I don't mean it fake. I don't mean it's fake. It's meant to happen.
Well, it's
was a
engineered.
test.
I said that this was engineered from the beginning, and that
Mhm.
you have a 99.97% chance of survival, and yet they're forcing everybody to do
To
something.
get this shot.
And I told everybody from the beginning that you will need to prove, you will have to have a passport just to leave the province and that. Everybody called me a conspiracy theorist. Now,
Somebody
this
pulled
is
it up on
only-
the internet earlier.
now, this is only a year later. I showed people, I walked downtown, the videos on my channel. You
Yeah.
cannot walk into a Tim Hortons and sit down and have a coffee and a donut if you don't have your both shots or
Right.
proof of it.
And
But
that's
have
to
to
start
show
up the
it.
division.
Exactly. And then they wonder
And-
why there's people that are protesting. Like, look what happened out in Calgary. The people are putting up those
That's-
signs in their businesses. And what are they doing? They're
Yes.
protesting by sitting outside of their businesses and having their lunch.
And
Bringing their
that's
own lunch
they
and
tried
having
here.
it delivered and that.
The problem is with this beast system, they see what you're buying. And that's what's going on over here. So Doug Ford came out with something today because it's Ontario, right? So, of course, he's sitting here and I'm calling him the liar face that he is. They're all liar faces, by the way. Liar face. tell
I've
the
known
truth.
the Ford family for years. Trust me, I know how much they lie. I know them personally.
Right. So I'm like, why are you following the Tiger King? Huh? Oh, wait a minute. Gawker. Oh, we remember this. We're not that stupid here in Toronto. Give us a break. Gawker was with your brother, sir. Remember? So this has been a long time, right? They like to. He also has ties with Deco Signs,
Oh yeah.
right? Which is Chicago. Benjamin
guys.
Netanyahu, Chicago.
I'm gonna have to shut her down. I got company coming over.
All right, so
All right, Slow.
Slow. Get yours, man. Oh, I'm sorry.
slow
I'll
is
holler
the
at-
tempo.
I'll holler at y'all later. I know I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. So have a
Catch
great
you on
day
the
if I
flip
don't.
side, Shy.
Yes. Later,
Don't be
Cat.
fly, Shy.
Pleasure as always, Kat.
All right, guys. See you soon. Be
Pleasure
safe,
meeting
guys.
you, to Chad.
And you,
Later.
ashamed Canadian, you take your
Grab Z. Thanks, buddy.
rest back when you
Everyone
need to.
AJM, the
Noted.
Divine Sorcerer.
It's
Thank
just
you all
that we
for
don't need
coming.
you having a seizure, brother.
Mr. Canadian.
Hey, yes, ma'am.
Have a great day, evening, morning, whatever it is for y'all up there. Have a great one here.
You too,
It's
dear.
only 1:55 in Ontario, and
And
still
Divine
sun is
Sorcerer,
shining.
you are not my daddy. Peace out, y'all.
Hey, Chad, can you get a hold of me, brother?
I can give you a quick call. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't
Okay.
have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Okay. Take care,
All right.
brother.
Later.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks for coming, everyone.